I too will attempt to keep this brief, and I'll give you the heads up now. I can be incredibly emotional, so if that comes out, Gabrielle's going to take over for me. So we already have that in play. I spent 27 years working for FedEx as a driver, and I had one speed. It was speed on the floor and go. I would get up at 4:30 in the morning, or 12 or 13 hours a day for decades. And about 5 years ago, I started to know something was wrong. Wasn't really sure what, but I just wasn't right. And finally through some testing, we figured out that I had lymphocytic leukemia, which that in and of itself can be somewhat benign. CLL, where people can have that for years and not even know it. But mine was the B cell type, which is the 1%, which is incredibly aggressive. So we knew something was going to have to happen. We just weren't sure what. The doctors at Mayo wanted me just to kind of monitor it. So we did that for several years and did pretty good with it. And then last summer, it just kind of went nuts to the point to where we had to go through chemo. And anyway, it was really a challenge. But we're doing good now. But I spent most of my days either in bed. I apologize because I really thought I had this. Or in a chair, just spending a lot of time sitting. It was really, really difficult. We just kind of kept churning along, doing our thing, and gradually feeling a little bit better. But it was just a slow process. And this came along into our lives through our friend Racy. And I am a natural born skeptic. Not that that's a negative, but I'm not easily swayed. It has to be proven to me. So this came across, my wife's excited. She's talking to Racy and she's just wearing me out with this. And I'm like, okay, fine. Let's just try it. I'll try it once a day. And after a couple of weeks, I was like, okay, maybe this is better. I was sleeping 9 hours a day with the cherry juice. So we went to the full program, and I'd say towards the end of June. The side point, I have released 15 pounds, which is kind of a moot point. That's not even part of the problem for me. Well, it is, but that was way down on the list of priorities. But in June, we went to the Mayo doctors again, and there were some issues with the medication. It just takes a toll on your body. It's very toxic. It was really taking a toll on the liver to the point they wanted me to see a hepatologist. They thought it might be liver cancer, just crazy stuff. And he told me, and I'm using his words, that it couldn't be reversed. That's what this, world-renowned doctor at Mayo Clinic told me. So obviously I'm pretty freaked out by that. And they also tell me you're not a candidate for a liver transplant. So all in the same conversation. So it was a pretty scary thing. And they based that on one of the liver enzyme numbers. Should be under 55 is normal. Mine had gotten as high as 100. They weren't sure what it was. It could be, like they said, cancer or fibrous tissue, or perhaps even the other word. I can't remember it anyway. It doesn't matter. I guess it's getting better, so it doesn't matter. But they told me I was just scaring me to death. So we thought, we're just really gonna buckle down on this. I went and had my lab work done last Wednesday, and that's the reason I'm here tonight. I told my wife that I needed to see the proof first. So that number that is it was astronomical, is down from 100. It kind of went down a little bit. I'm only 3 points away from it being normal. I mean, 55 is normal at 58. And the doctor said that's not going to happen, but it did. I'm feeling as good as I've felt in years. I think that's all I got. It's absolutely worked for me.
Benjamin, we love your story and are so happy for you. Thank you for sharing. I know that wasn't easy. And raise your hands here if you or somebody you love has gone through this journey. Everybody has been there, and it's so scary. And when you hear from somebody that you look up to and trust that there's no hope, what does that do to your mindset? And we all know the placebo effect. We all know the power of mindset. To be told there's no hope is so discouraging. So for you to give this a chance and trust your wife, and for you to listen to your friend Racy, who cared so much that she came up to you, despite how skeptical you were and how she was probably confident that you would say no, but she cared enough that she shared anyways. And your story is just, it gives a lot of hope to those who are in similar situations. And we're really, really happy for you. We appreciate it so much. Here's a very somber statistic. In this country, 1 in 2 men and 1 in 3 women will get cancer. That's crazy. But we live in the most toxic system. We're inundated with toxicity, and we were never meant to deal with the stress and toxicity that we deal with. So this has been such a great way for so many here to have the nutritional support that we need to keep our immune system strong, because there's no magic pill. There's no magic drug. We just have to be proactive and support our own God-given immune system and trust the process and allow it to do what we were designed to do, which is to get better. And the more proactive we are, the sooner we act, the better our results are going to be. So thank you so much, everyone, for sharing these.